boy, the Omega Katana, giving you a gaming discussion video. You know Final Fantasy Versus 13 or 15 discussion I made a video of the last time? What will happen if Square announces it out of the blue during a gaming conference like E3 or Tokyo Game Show? Before I continue, for those who are confused by that sentence, I meant to say, what if Square Enix all of a sudden gives us an announcement trailer for Final Fantasy Versus 15. So back on track here. With a short trailer without gameplay, but instead shows a cutscene, and after that cutscene, the Final Fantasy 15 logo will change into the new Final Fantasy Versus 15 logo by Yoshitaka Amano or some Final Fantasy artists, but mostly Yoshitaka Amano as a guest because he always does the logos for each Final Fantasy game, including Type O and many of its spin-offs as well. So the real meat of this video is going to be about Square will approach the gameplay of Final Fantasy Versus 15. For starters, make the world a bit smaller, or if the world's the same size of 15, please, pretty please, make the world lively, like full of villages, cars driving on the road, monsters doing their own business, etc. The world of Final Fantasy 15 was kind of empty for those who played the game. And looking at the bros while driving the car is boring as hell, man. I do not want to play Final Fantasy 15 for a bro trip, but instead of being invested in a story of Final Fantasy Versus 13 and meeting new characters that were made for Final Fantasy Versus 15 and new and old ones like Cindy, Gentiana, etc. Also, I do not want Luna to be in Versus 15. Why, you might ask? Because Luna is just a placeholder for a game without a plot, for my opinion, yes. I know about her purpose being a plot device for Noctis to move forward to his journey, yada 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 yada. What if the journey we have been experiencing in Final Fantasy 15 this whole time has been a fake? A placeholder for things to come. The gaming industry did this recently with No Man's Light. I mean Sky. So why not Square redeem Final Fantasy 15 by 15? I bet by now Square is probably tired of us fans complaining about where's Final Fantasy Versus 13 and early Nomura Era 15 concepts, artwork, cutscenes, characters, weapons, soundtracks. Yes, they're probably saying yes. Shut up about Versus 13 and early Nomura 15, okay? Also about the combat system, make it be like Kingdom Hearts, but more harder and have to use strategy to overcome the bosses. Instead of just matching X and triangle for reaction commands for winning battles, but using the environment like warp striking to cliffs and strategic areas to gain the upper hand in battle. Keep the warp strike function from Final Fantasy 15, but improve upon the warp strike system. Speaking of improvements, change the summoning system altogether. Why? Because that summoning system is complete and utter crap. Seriously, random appearing summons? That's whack as hell, man. Also, have the Versus 13 placeholder outfits for the bros, along with the default outfits for Final Fantasy 15. Speaking of that, bring back the changing outfits feature, but this time make it more customizable, like in Sleeping Dogs or Grand Theft Auto 5. Like change the hat, the pants, the shoes, the jacket, etc. And have different statuses for each piece of clothing. If Stella makes her appearance in Final Fantasy Versus 15, make her playable or let her join the party for a limited time or as time allows her. And she will be a rapier user and due to the trailer that she summoned a rapier, and a support magic user using healing and holy spells for the party. For Final Fantasy Versus 15, remember the world of Versus Epic in the trailers? Imagine if this game was real. Make it into a trilogy of games, or better yet, make it into a new spin-off IP of the Final Fantasy brand. So each part covers a certain point of Noctis' journey during Versus 15. And have a new villain for each part or entry in the Versus Epic or series if it becomes real. Like General Galaska of Kingblade for being the final boss of Part 1 of Versus, when you're retreating from this crown city during the invasion of Insania. He is preventing your escape, and you have to fight him in order to get out of the city. During the battle, you fight the traitor Kingsley before you reach Galaska. When you reach him, a battle of life or death commences, and for the first part, you fight him in his armor and he has some tricks up his sleeve. So this isn't about mashing the X or square button. You have to think and use your spells wisely. After the first part is done, Galaska will remove his armor, or the armor breaks due to battle damage to reveal Titus Dorados. sorry about the name pronunciation, to Noctis. Noctis becomes shocked as a result that his father's right-hand men or generals betrayed Lucis for Niflheim. But here's the twist. Dorados reveals he isn't working for Niflheim, but using them to serve a third party that wants the crystal and see the Lucis and Niflheim forces fall. When Noctis tells Dorados who is this third party, he dodges the answer and pulls out his weapon, and then the second battle commences. After Noctis defeats Dorados the second time, Dorados then transforms into a mutated behemoth slash monster by stabbing himself with some Magitech needle or spell to fight Noctis for the final time. A battle commences and Noctis will have to dodge missiles and skyscraper debris from destroyed buildings and roads, etc. After reaching the gates of the Crown City, Noctis was losing the battle. One by one, his friends, Ignis, Prompto, and Gladio, come at the right moment to help Noctis escape and fight this horrific-looking beast. An epic battle ensures. By the help of teamwork, they are able to overcome the strength of the mutated Dorados, which transforms back somewhat into his human self, but his skin became pale and blood came out all over his mouth from the damage of the mutation to his body. Ignis and Gladio became shocked as a result that it was one of the highest Lucian generals and the commander of the Kingsglaive unit being the beast that almost killed them. While Prompto will be confused at the whole thing, like what is going on, who is he, why, what, yeah, like that. Dorados then just laughs and says, even though the Crown City barriers fell, the crystal won't protect them forever from the ones Dorados' loyalty truly lies at. Then he laughs and closes his eyes, and then he dies. The bros look at each other what to do now after retreat from the Crown City. Ignis says your father knows an old friend by the name of Sid that owns a gas station in Lee. Then afterwards, the bros run out of the gates while the invasion was still happening, and that's how Versus 15 Part 1 will end. And that's just an example that I used for part 1 for the ending of Versus Part 1. And that's from the elements from the Kingsglaive movie and the old Final Fantasy Versus 13 trailers I used to imagine this awesome scenario. The about the loose plot threads of 15 will be answered, that it was just a dream and the Versus realm was reality. During the critical moments of the Versus saga, the crystal reveals the Versus Noctis from the early Final Fantasy Versus 13's 2006 trailer is the real thing, and the Noctis you played from Final Fantasy 15 is a fake, a made-up dream, a hoax. If this gets into one of the games, my god, I'll be shocked if they use this plot twist right or used at all. So that's my suggestions for Final Fantasy Versus 15 if the game was real. What are your suggestions, theories on how Final Fantasy Versus 15 will play out? Please leave them in the comment box below the video, and like the video if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for more gaming discussions that I love doing. So till then, sayonara, and I hope you have an awesome, great day.